Hachette Audio presents For Twice in My Life, written by Annette Christie, read by Melissa Moran. Chapter 1. There is a perverse pleasure in being able to pinpoint exactly where you've gone wrong in life. To take a failed moment and place it on your memory's mantle to be examined only in your darkest hours. On Sunday afternoons when the rain is coming down and you can't stop listening to Sinatra sing in the wee small hours of the morning. Or in the middle of the night when insomnia is your only friend and frankly he's a bit of a dick. Or perhaps when you are on the verge of making another grave mistake and you aren't sure you can stop yourself. At least, that was Layla Rockford's experience. And right now, her apartment was one big reminder of everything she'd lost. Of him. She dreaded being there as potently as she craved its hidey-hole comforts. And yet, that was where she was headed, if she ever made it off this stretch of crowded Seattle sidewalk, because these days, when work was over, there weren't a lot of other options. She couldn't bear being at a restaurant surrounded by couples, or being at a bar surrounded by couples. Even Sunday dinner at her parents' house meant being surrounded by couples, which was why she'd opted out for the past 2 weeks. She sped up, the wool pants she'd chosen that morning making her legs itch. In their original glory, they'd had a satin lining. She'd seen the remnants of the shimmery pink fabric when she bought them at her go-to vintage store in Belltown, and she'd vowed to replace the lining herself. It hadn't happened yet. She silently swore she'd tear the pants off and throw them in the back of her closet as soon as she made it home. Layla dodged a teenage couple making out under the awning of a coffee shop, and her heart hiccuped. Thinking about Ian was like pressing on a bruise. A dull, familiar pain washed over her. She sidestepped a man in a suit traveling by on a Segway and turned to watch his ponytail flap behind him. Ian had been keeping track of their Segway man sightings. If he were here, he would have looked at her, a twinkle in his eye, and mouthed, 12. She could picture it, his single, playful dimple flickering as he smiled, his blonde hair ruffling in the coastal breeze. Layla would have reminded him that when they got to 20, they'd agreed to go on a Seattle Segway tour themselves. And Ian, laughing, would have protested.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?